How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about the children's cartoon Arthur on PBS, which has now gone into its 22nd season. On the very first episode of this most recent season, it featured a gay wedding with one of the school teachers of the kids in the show. Now, I got to back up a little bit here to explain what's going on. In case you don't know what Arthur is, I'll put some more information about them in the box. But I'm sure most of you have seen this meme of the fist. Okay, that comes from Arthur, and that is the main character, Arthur. The show is about a bunch of kids and their experiences all throughout their childhood. And everybody on the show is a different kind of animal. You got rabbits and foxes and rats. And that brings me to the teacher, Mr. Ratburn, getting married to a man in the first episode of the first season. Now, the actual episode itself starts when the kids find out that Mr. Ratburn is engaged, but they don't know who he's engaged to or any kind of details. All they know is it just seems kind of weird. How are you going to get engaged? You don't do anything but go home and, you don't even sleep. You watch documentaries. You don't have a life outside of school. That's their whole thing. And they wind up catching him having lunch with this lady named Patty. Now, Patty's talking to Mr. Ratburn saying that he's too soft and he's got to toughen up, this, that, and the third. The kids assume that the lady talking to him is going to be his wife because they don't know who he's going to get married to. All they know is that he's engaged. But the person named Patty winds up being his sister, and the person was voiced by special guest star Jane Lynch. And Jane Lynch obviously is a lesbian, is on the show Glee, big 6 foot tall basketball playing, so you pretty much understand where we're going here. So fast forward, the kids go to the wedding to try and break it up because they don't want Mr. Ratburn to be miserable and then come into the classroom and being miserable towards them, which make the kids miserable. So they try to break it up, but then they see that he's walking down the aisle with another man. And then they see how happy he is. They're dancing, this, that, and the third. So they decide to call off their plans to break up the wedding. This got rave reviews all over Twitter, of course, from the so-called important people, the Blue Check Mafia. Of course, the gay organizations, they loved it. A lot of virtue sentinelers, they loved it. But I did not love it. And I'm going to get into why. First of all, I don't really care that these people are gay. That is their business. I don't really, you got adults that's gay, that's fine. However, when you're talking about a children's cartoon on PBS, something that's aimed towards 5, 6, 7, 8-year-olds, little kids. I ain't talking about an anime or something that's more for adults. We're talking about small children that are watching this show. This is inappropriate, totally inappropriate. You shouldn't be introducing the LGBT stuff to children. And I've said this before, that we're going to get to this particular point where you have homosexuality taught to small kids, kindergarten, first grade. It's too much. These kids barely even know about sexuality, period. And they shouldn't really be introduced to that. You shouldn't be including very adult themes into small children's programming, regardless of what it is. I don't care if it's a live action drama, a cartoon, whatever it is. This is inappropriate. And I don't see how anybody can say that it's not inappropriate. If you're gay and you married, I don't care. I'm a big fan of Dave Rubin, Rob Smith, good dude. If they're gay and they're married, that's perfectly fine. But I don't think even them, I'm speaking for them right now, I have to probably ask them, but I don't think they would like for this to be taught to very small kids, 4 and 5 years old. Once you get to be older, maybe into high school, you're going to find out about these things and you're going to want to know what's going on. But a small child, let them be kids. Don't introduce things like this to them. Now, some are going to say that this is going to just normalize homosexuality. What they may want to do here is make it to where kids don't get bullied in school for being gay, or if their parents are gay, they don't want any kind of bullying to happen because of that. But you can't really avoid bullying. Bullying is going to happen regardless of what. Bullying happens if you're rich, poor, gay, straight. It's just a matter of how far will it go. And that's a whole different ball of wax there. But bullying is going to happen. I don't think that this show is going to do anything to stop that. I think what they really want to do, aside from their stated goal, if they have a stated goal, what they really want to do is make this be a normal thing to indoctrinate your children. How would you feel as a parent? I don't have any kids, but parents out there, how would you feel as a parent if this were to be just thrown out there? You're thinking you're watching a good and wholesome show. It's been on for like 22 years. A lot of kids have enjoyed it over the years. I mean, I saw it when I was a youngin' as well. But how would you feel if all of a sudden you got two gay men dancing on screen and the kids are there, they're enjoying it, talking about this is fantastic, this is great. And meanwhile, your kids are going to see this and come to you and ask a bunch of questions. What does gay mean? Now you got to introduce things to them that should not be until they get way older, when they're going to find out on their own. So that's pretty much all I got for that. As I close, I want to say this. Like I said from the jump, if you're gay, I don't care. Straight, I don't care. That is your business. Don't include me into your business, and don't include children into your business. All right. I understand what you want to push, Jane Lynch. You're gay. You're on a kind of a gay show, and you got this LGBTQIA conglomerate, coalition, whatever you want to call it, behind you. I get it, but leave the kids alone. Leave them kids alone. All right. Let them be children. Don't introduce sexuality to them. Let them go out, play with their toys, and just be kids. Whatever happened to allowing children to maintain their innocence? This is ridiculous. Now, I know this is the wave. This is really popular right now, but I think we're just doing too much, quote unquote, progressing. We're doing too much of that at a certain point in time. Certain things that were in place at an earlier point in time in history still have relevance today. Let's keep some things that we had in the past, and let's not replace all of them with everything that is modern just because we think it's a better thing to do. So that's pretty much all I got. What say you? Do you think that this was a great thing for Arthur to do, to come up with a gay wedding in the very first episode of the 22nd season? If that's your point of view, please explain to me why in the comments below. You know where I stand already from what I've already said in the video. This is inappropriate. It's not right. If you're gay, LGBTQIA, or whatever you want to identify as, you can identify as a puff of train smoke. You can identify as a warm summer day. You can identify as rain from a different planet, a meteor. I don't really care what you identify as. T-shirt buttons. That is your business. Don't put that on kids. Leave them kids alone. But whatever your comments are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.